What's going on, guys? Welcome to another edition of We On That As News with True Crime with Strategic. I'm still tired, man. I just botched my intro, cut my intro short, the whole nine. It is what it is. But I had to come forward with some information I was able to get due to a tip from viewers like you guys. Like I tell you guys all the time, I have the best viewers on YouTube. How do I know that? Because I share a lot of viewers with some of the greatest true crimers that have ever done it. Grizzly, True Crime, Plunder, etc. Please go check them out. I love their show. I'm a big fan of those folks. We were able to actually get some really interesting information on the father of 7-month-old Emmanuel Haro. All right. I had to pay for these documents. They weren't free, but it is very telling because if you don't know what's going on, this little boy has been missing for, I would say, probably 24 hours now. And the mother alleges that her son was kidnapped, that she went to change Emmanuel, and while she's changing him, some stranger, of which we do not know who this person is, where he came from, knocks her over the head or punches her in the face. We don't know. One moment sounds like she got hit in the back of the head. The next moment, she got punched in the face, was knocked to the ground. She wakes up moments later, and boom, baby's gone. Wallet's not missing. Car is still there. The car was unlocked. The door was open. Just mommy's gone, ladies and gentlemen. Now, it's too soon to tell because this story just happened. But this should be national news right now. This should absolutely 100% be national news. All right. So for those of you guys who are new to this story, we're going to go ahead and just play real quick. The mother talking about what happened. And then we're going to segue into these criminal documents. I have 3 full cases we have to go through. I downloaded them all. We know that one is relevant because the title was like, very serious charges. I don't know how relevant the other 2 will be. They might be connected. They might be something separate, whatever. We're going to go through all of them, okay? Just going to ask you guys to do me one favor. Please do hit the like button so that we can get into that algorithm. I just woke up, haven't eaten breakfast or anything like that. I'm dedicated to giving you guys the information as soon as I get it. All I ask is that you guys repay me by hitting that like button so that we can get into the algorithms. Only reason why we're asking for you to do that. So let's listen to the mother.
I fell on the floor, and I said as I got up, I couldn't find my son.
A 7-month-old baby boy was reportedly kidnapped right out of this Big 5 parking lot. This is 7-month-old Emmanuel Haro, one of 5 children in this family from Cabazon, reportedly kidnapped last night in Yucaipa. Now, his mom told...
All right, just a quick correction. It's really not a correction. It was a typo, a misspeak, however you want to say it. I was so tired last night after working a 14-hour detail. I kept saying 7-year-old. This is what Aki tells me. I didn't rewatch the show. And even in the title that we have since changed, it said 7 years old. I knew that Emmanuel is 7 months old, and that's what I meant to say. It's just fatigue. It happens. This is a 7-month-old baby, all right? It is imperative that this baby is found if this baby is still with us, okay? And there's no foul play, all right, in terms of the parents being involved. Because 7-month-olds, they can't do anything for themselves, all right? If they're not with a loving, caring, and attentive provider, their life is in imminent danger, all right? This baby needs to be fed on the regular. This baby needs to be changed on the regular. This baby needs to be, their body temperature needs to be maintained by being properly bundled up, etc. Lastly, they have to be with somebody who's willing to take their way of communicating, which is crying. And if you're an evildoer and you have a 7-month-old crying, that might aggravate you and make you do something that should not be doing. It says the chat is disabled for the live stream. This is weird. I don't know why that is. We're going to go ahead and fix that. Let me let that keep playing, though.
Told me that they were here last night at a nearby football stadium in Yucaipa with the other kids playing youth football, and she had to run down here to Big 5 to buy some equipment for her stepson, specifically a mouthguard. When she got here to the parking lot, she says that's when she noticed her 7-month-old's diaper needed to be changed. So she says she got out of her truck, went around to the back, and laid him down on the seat to change his diaper when she was attacked from behind.
I got him out of the car seat and I laid him down so I could get his diapers ready. And somebody said, "Hola," and that's all I remember. And I saw white.
All right, real quick. All right, we're being very open-minded, right? Because we don't want to jump to conclusions while Emmanuel Haro is still missing. All right. And the last thing that these parents need in this time, if we're wrong by speculating, is a whole bunch of people on the internet saying that they're guilty of a crime that they did not commit, taking attention away from actually finding Emmanuel Haro. But we're not Channel 7 News. We're not Fox News. We're not a news agency. We're an opinion channel. And so we want to spread awareness for baby Haro, but at the same time, I think it's safe for us to ask some questions, right? We've seen this before. Now, in no way am I saying this mother's not being honest, but there are some red flags. We've seen this before where people will pick the location that they're in and blame the predominant minority community for a crime. And I don't even know where her ethnicity is. She could be Caucasian, she could be Latino, I don't know. But haven't we seen it before where it's a predominantly black community and maybe a Caucasian or a Latino person will say, "Oh, the black person did it"? Think about this right here, right? We already did the times last night. The sun was still out. The sun was setting, but it was still out. She happens to be in a parking lot that has no cameras. We did the Google Maps, and there's no cameras in that parking lot in that shopping area. We did that Google Maps. And then I read an article where the family said what is making our investigation difficult is that there's no cameras in the parking lot. So the family have acknowledged that there's no cameras. And we saw with our own eyes by doing Street View on Google Maps and Google Earth that there's no cameras in the parking lot. How convenient it is when we're talking about immigration right now. The big topic in America is immigration and crimes committed against American citizens by immigrants, that she says that the only thing she remembers is the person saying "hola." The only thing she remembers is a person saying "hola." Now, she hasn't, or at least it hasn't been divulged to us, if that person who said "hola," which is hi in Spanish, was a male or a female. But the only thing that they heard was "hola." Now, we're asking questions. We're not saying she's not being honest. We're asking questions. We're trying to find out the motive of this alleged assailant, right? If you've got the drop on mommy, right? You've got the drop on your victim. You see it, happenstance happens. Happenstance happens. And you are looking to kidnap an infant. And you happen on a mother in a Big 5 parking lot who happens to have her back towards you because she's changing the infant's diaper, and you want to render her unconscious, you want to incapacitate her so that you can now take that baby into your unlawful custody. You want to commit a kidnapping. Why would you say "hola"? Why wouldn't you just hit her, choke her, shoot her, stab her, whatever it is you want to do? Obviously, this person's MO was to inflict physical harm on the mother. Why wouldn't you just punch her in the back of the head and knock her out, just like you did, without giving her any idea that you were behind her? Why would you say hello so that you could get her attention? Why? I'm just asking questions. That's all I'm doing. I'm just asking questions. Let's keep going.
And a hearing sound, I fell on the floor, and I said, as I got up, I couldn't find my son. I checked around my truck, and I ran into Big 5, and I asked the lady if she saw a baby or someone with a baby. She said no. It was a happy boy. He smiled.
Whoever took our son.
All right, so this is the father right here. This is the guy we're going to be looking to. Jake Mitchell Haro. Or Jake Michelle. I think it's Jake Michelle. It's not Mitchell. They don't spell it like Mitchell. Jake Michelle Haro. This is the dad. Keep this in mind because we're about to jump into him. And big shout out to Jamie Peace with the $5 super chat. Unfortunately, my chat malfunctioned and it wasn't showing me anybody's chat. So I wasn't able to see that you gave us a $5 super chat. We do appreciate you, sis. Thank you for everything you do on and off the job. Thank you for supporting the channel, Jamie. You are amazing. Let's keep going.
Please give him back.
The search for this 7-month-old baby boy continues. Police and the family desperate to find out where he is.
Oh, that beautiful little baby. All right. Well, don't worry, baby Haro. We're on the case. We're going to try our best, put that information out there and bring you home or find justice for you. All right. So Superior Court of California, County of Riverside. All right. People versus Jake Michelle Haro, felony, Banning Justice Center, Department B304. Status is active. The People versus Jake Michelle Haro. Let's see. $35,000 bail, ladies and gentlemen. Let's keep going. I want to see what the charges are. All right, so this happened in 2022. The last date for the trial is 2023. Let's see here. See if this is still ongoing. So he was convicted. Willful child cruelty. Willful child cruelty. This was not pled down. Ladies and gentlemen. Oh, hell no. This is California. This is the most convict-friendly state in America, probably second only to New York State, probably more friendly than New York State, to be honest with you. What does that mean? When you're a perpetrator and you get charged with a felony, there is a very high chance they will plead it down to a misdemeanor. If I don't see a pled down charge to a misdemeanor, I'm saying to myself, this person probably did something really, really bad that even very liberal prosecutors out there are like, oh, hell no. Oh, no. Not this guy. Let's not show this guy any mercy. Let's keep going. Let's see if we get some details. I didn't read these, guys. I just woke up. I went, paid for the information, went searching around. How do I get this information? Paid for it, downloaded it, and then I said, I'm going to react to this raw on the channel with you. So we're discovering this together. Let's keep going. So he went to trial and he was convicted by a jury, ladies and gentlemen. 12 people who are his pair. Let's keep going. Let's go. So there's some motions here showing the grant continuous, reason for continuous, other. Probation remains revoked. Defendant ordered to return on any and all future hearing dates. Okay. Let's see what we got here. So this was a violation of probation. I guess the stipulation for the violation of probation was the cruelty to children. Remember, this guy has 5 kids. Let's keep going. Allegedly, this is the father. I want to say allegedly. We believe this to be the father. If this is not the father and we are requested to take this down, we will. We are very respectful of people, but we believe this is the father. Let's keep going. Let's see here. These are like the court dates. Let's see if we can get a narrative here. Motion to continue is not opposed by the people, so they're basically extending this out. We need more time. We need more time. So we got to go backwards, because backwards is probably where we'll get our narrative, if we're lucky enough to have that in these documents. I tried to see if I could actually download the court documents, and they weren't available for download. Of course, you'd have to pay for them, 50 cents a page. Had to pay for this. Let's keep going. Prohibited persons relinquish form findings. You can't have any firearms. Let's keep going. This criminal protective order was issued, expires in 2027. I wonder which child this is. that he had a protective order against. Maybe it wasn't his biological children. Maybe it was somebody else's kid, a girlfriend's kid or something like that. Let's keep going. Defense counsel, defendant pleads guilty to counts 01. Court finds, based on inquiry and examination of defendant, that the defendant has the ability to understand and does understand his or her constitutional rights. Court finds defendant admission of guilt and or admission of prior convictions and or probation violation, if any, is a result of a product or a result of defendant expressly, knowingly, understandably, and intelligently waives his or her constitutional rights, including but not limited to the right to counsel, privilege against the self-incrimination, to trial by jury. Let me go ahead and zoom this in a little bit. I'm killing my eyes. You guys remember, I'm getting old now. Strategic is getting old. Defendant advises of constitutional rights. Defendant advises of right of speedy trial. Let's keep going. I think we were down here. Intelligently, to right to counsel, privilege against self-incrimination, to trial by jury, and to confront accusers involuntarily made with an understanding of the nature and consequences thereof. Defender's waiver of constitutional rights take orally and or in writing. Court finds factual basis for the plea is based on oral statement from defendant on the record. Court finds plea is free and voluntary. Court finds defendant knows and understands constitutional rights, nature, and charges of consequences of the plea. Court accepts the plea. Case certified to Superior Court. Let's see. Give me the meat of it. What's going on? Probation is denied and state prison sentence is imposed as follows. As to count 1, the court imposes the upper term of 6 years, 0 months. Principal count deemed to be count 1. Execution of sentence suspended. So you got a suspended sentence. Oh boy. Proceedings are suspended. This is the thing. They give them the court, the prison time, but then they suspend it and let them go free. And then they live to commit another crime. Big shout out to everybody who's watching the channel right now. It looks like I'm the only medium-sized YouTuber, if I'm considered medium-sized. I think 100,000. I think I'm considered a small YouTuber. There are a few other YouTubers who are covering this, but they're smaller than this channel. We're the only channel with around 80-something thousand subs and more who are covering this case. We're on the island all by ourselves. There aren't much of anyone covering this case, ladies and gentlemen. So we're trying our best to give a voice to the voiceless. Please hit that like button, support the channel so we can get in the algorithm so that more people can see this and hopefully more YouTubers can cover this as well. We want large YouTube channels to cover this. We want millions of people to hear about baby Haro. It's not about selfishness. It's not about being the first and having all the clicks and the views. I don't care about that. I got a day job. That's what feeds the family and pays the bills. What I want is awareness for baby Haro. So we want other YouTubers. The only way they're going to cover it is if they see this channel getting coverage. And if they see that, then they're going to cover it. And then we're really going to get awareness for baby Haro. So please do hit that like button so we can get in the algorithm so that more awareness can be had for baby Haro. Let's keep going. Share this with your friends and family. Let's go. So what's happening here? So he was sent, formal probation is granted for a period of 48 months under the following terms and conditions. So he was given 48 months of probation. In addition to the suspended sentence. Hopefully, we got a lot of documents to go. It's 17 documents. So we're going to get to, hopefully, the narrative of what happens. Because they should have it in this document. We're going to get there. Be patient. So he was 48 months of probation, obey all laws, ordinances, court orders, be committed to the custody of Riverside County Sheriff for 180 days. So he did get county time. Credit for time served, presence of 0 actual days plus 0 days pursuant to 4019 PC. 179 days in work release program. He's supposed to report on 7/7/2023. What else we got going on here? Okay. Pay the victim restitution. Oh, man, we want to get to the meat of this. Come on. He basically got a sweetheart deal, guys. A sweetheart deal for cruelty against children. Let's keep going. Firearms. He can't get firearms. Get to the meat of it. Give it to me. So protective order issued on 1/12/2022 is terminated forthwith. Criminal protective order other than domestic violence is instituted until 6/8/2027. Protected person is C. Haro. C. Haro. So we don't know the first name, but we know C. Haro. Where are the internet sleuths? We need to find out who C. Haro is. We don't need to expose who they are. We just need to know, is that his child or is it a wife? What's going on here? Let's keep going. All right. Ooh, proceedings. All right, let's keep going. I'm skipping because I'm trying to get to the narrative of what happened. Trying to get to the narrative, ladies and gentlemen. Or we hope that there's a narrative. All right, so these are motions to continue. Let's keep going. Okay, subpoena records from Loma Linda Hospital ordered to release to the people. Copies to be provided to the defense. So that's going to most likely be the medical reports or whatever from when this child was taken to the hospital. Oral motion by defense to be continued to the matter called for hearing. Subpoena documents received from Loma Hospital forwarded to Records Division. Oh, we're at 15. I don't know. Looks like we're not going to get a narrative on this one. Probation formal, revoked. I think this is what I think, guys. I think this is a probation revocation hearing. I think the other documents I have is going to talk about the actual child abuse case. So we'll keep going. I think we're going to find out what he did eventually. All right. All right, let's go to the next one. Okay, what's this one? Let's zoom in. Convicted felon and narcotic addict on or possess firearm. This is convicted felon, narcotic addict, own or possess firearm, prohibited person, own, possess ammunition. Okay. This happened in 2024, Banning Police Department. This is Jake Haro. So this one has nothing to do with abuse. This one is all about drugs and guns. We'll come back to that one. I think this one might be the child abuse one. Let's see. Okay, here we go. I think this is the one that's going to give us the meat of it. Yes. This is the one that's going to give us the meat of it. All right, let's do it. Here we go. This is Hemet Police Department. Jake Haro. Jake Haro. Let's keep going. And I think all of these, he's represented by the same person. Let's go up to the top on this one. See, represented by Connor. So that's a people, and this one's Vincent Hughes. I think Vincent Hughes is his attorney in all of these. Yeah, Vincent Hughes. So it's the same person because same name, same everything, same representative. Maybe it's that's just his attorney of choice, or maybe it's a attorney that knows the family or something like that, but same person. Let's keep going. Willful child cruelty, guilty, convicted. Let's keep going. What I want to do is I'm going to start from the bottom and see if we can get a narrative because it's in alphabetical order, or excuse me, numerical order. But let me just make sure, because this one says 8/16/2025. That was just around the corner, 8/16/2025. Maybe it's reversed now because the other ones, the most recent was at the top. Wow. So this is brand spanking new. Wow. Whoa, 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 whoa. Let's go back up then. Maybe we'll get our narrative up here. Okay. Why this is, or maybe I'm so confused on the dates on this guy. Am I the only one that's kind of like losing my mind? This is very weird. You guys see this? Look at the date on that. It says September 2nd, 2025. Is this the future? Okay, maybe so this is the next scheduled court date, maybe. So the next scheduled court date is September 2nd. So I thought this was done. That's why it confused me, because I thought this has been adjudicated, but it's not. This guy's still going to court for this. So we're not in the future, but he's still dealing with this case. This is still an open and active case. I thought this case was already adjudicated. That's why I'm sitting there like, why are we seeing a September 2nd date? Like, what's going on here? He's still dealing with this case. Now, guys, the reason why we're talking about this, right, is not we're trying to demonize or hurt the parents. It's your child is missing. Mommy has a very interesting story of how the child went missing, and you've got cruelty to children charges against you. Somebody said in the chat, so I got to say it here. Oh, hell no. What's the coincidence? What's the coincidence? Got to make it make sense. We got to make it make sense. All I'm trying to do is get to the bottom of this. So all I'm trying to do, Aki, send that to the email, please. That's interesting. Okay. Okay. Let's keep going. All right, we got to figure this out. Let's figure this out. Deputy District Attorney Ethan Tease, present in court. All right, so maybe we do have to start from the bottom on this one. That just threw me for a loop. Okay. Where's the earliest one? We're trying to find you. 2021. It's when these allegations. All right, let's see here. Aki, I didn't set it up. This is a message for Aki. I didn't set it up for this live, so I apologize on that. You have to email it to me, but I don't think I'll be able to do that right now. Let's see here. Trying to find the narrative. We're trying to find that narrative. That's why we're jumping around. I want to hear what he's being accused of, unless California doesn't put that in here. Warrant arraignment, 8:30 a.m. Court finds good cause exists to exclude the public with the exemption of the victims due to the COVID-19 pandemic. So they're closing the court down. This is during COVID. This matter is being live streamed for public access. Are you kidding me? Can we get our hands on that live stream? Court disclosed that Judge Mark E. Singerton's wife works for the district attorney's office. That sucks. He's got to disclose that for every single case that he does. Your wife needs a different job, buddy. Defense counsel acknowledges receipt of discovery. Defendant's counsel waives formal arraignment. Counsel for defendant waives formal reading of complaint and stipulates defendant has been advised of his or legal constitutional rights. Even when they waive the arraignment, which I guess would be here, they still at least give you a little bit of a narrative. But it appears that they aren't doing that. But let's keep going. Defendant waives time for preliminary hearing, plus 10 court days. Defendant waives 60-day rule for preliminary hearing. Criminal protective order, domestic violence issued, expires 1/12/2025. No contact. Person is Jane Doe. CH. Defendant has been served with the criminal protective order. Defendant was personally present at the court hearing. No additional proof of service of the restraining order is required. Firearms prohibited notification forms provided to defendant. Defendant ordered to return on any and all future hearing dates, custody, status, information, current bail continued. Bail bond number, which is 2 years from effective date. The following terms and conditions are in effect. Enroll in a probation-approved 1-year minimum child abuse treatment program. This guy has a history of this, guys. They're sending him to a 1-year minimum child abuse treatment program. Provide proof of enrollment to PO within 30 days of this order. Pay all program fees and all that good stuff. Wow. Do not leave the state of California without obtaining written permission of the probation department. So this is like his probation stipulations. If expelled, deported, or voluntarily leave the United States, you must report to the probation. So is this guy a legal alien? This is interesting. Perform 20 hours of community service, because in California, if you are not here legally, they will not report you over to ICE. Some people are showing me love with the super chats. Let me go ahead and check that out. Big shout out to RTCTMCT with a $3.99 super chat. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. It was a super sticker, actually. Appreciate you. Guys, please make sure you hit that like button. Support the channel. Hit the like button. We can get in this algorithm. Let's start from the top and work our way down. Then we have to do his narcotics and his gun arrests. Appreciate you guys for hanging with me. So let's just go. We skipped around. We're trying to find a narrative. We couldn't find a narrative. We're just going to go through the whole document. So on 7/2/2025, violation of probation arraignment hearing at 8:30 a.m. at Department 304. Defense motion continue pursuant to 1050 is granted. Let's keep going. So it looks like he was on probation and this stuff violated his probation. He's doing his work release. Violation of probation. We're going to put this on the Patreon. So if you're part of the Patreon, you'll be able to get access to these documents. We'll put it on the Patreon. Scroll down. I wish we had more details on this, but I guess because juveniles are involved, they're not forthcoming with the particulars of the case. So in 2024, on 8/1/2024, he has to show proof of completion of the child abuse classes. He filed that, so he said he was done with that. There's also on 7/10/24 a allegation of a violation of probation that was filed as well. Let's keep going. Posted $50,000 bond. That's a lot. Let's keep going. All right. So I think all of these were adjudicated at the same time. All of these were adjudicated at the same time. I said that 50,000 was a lie. It's really not, because you have to do 10%. I said we're talking about $5,000, so it's really not. It's really not a lot. So I don't know what I was thinking when I said it's a lot. It's not. It's a little bit of money. Considering, I'm not saying everybody has $5,000 they could just give to a bail bondsman and get out of jail, but considering the charges, this a lot, especially when we're talking about cruelty against the youngins. It's unacceptable that they're letting people out in such paltry amounts. All right. Let's go over to we're going to go over to the other charge that he has, the other case, because this doesn't have a narrative. We're not getting any information as to what he did. I'm going to send a complaint and ask for my money back. This county, I don't know if it's the entire state of California, but just this county makes you pay just to search for people, just to search and see if they have records. Mind you, this is like an internet database. So it's not like a person is going out to look for the files and then looking for it. They're paying you to search their internet database. Wow. Let's keep going. They're making you pay for that. All right, let's go over to this one. Oh, this is a different one. This is a different case. Okay. So this one's closed. Let's zoom in. So this one's willful, resist, delay, obstruct, willful. Resist, delay, obstruct, improper turn from left lane. Refusal, present driver's license to officers. So pled guilty on these. This guy's a dangerous guy. Like, he fought the cops. He fought the cops. He's a dangerous guy. Violation of probation, trial setting conference. Proof of work release and all that good stuff. So this guy fought the police and refused to give the police his information. We're scrolling through, see if we get some type of meat, some type of narrative, because this is mostly just like motions and stipulations on the probation and the bond and all that stuff. Issuance of warrants. Remember, these documents will be on the Patreon, so make sure that you join the Patreon. The link is inside of the chat. We want to see you over there supporting the Patreon, because YouTube is not very kind to this channel. The algorithm is not very kind to this channel. Once again, we have 7-year-old Emmanuel Haro. I keep saying year old. Maybe it's because I'm not getting enough sleep. 7-month-old Emmanuel Haro, missing. Mommy says that a stranger knocks her out, kidnaps the baby. And then we look into the dad. Then we look at the mother, and the mother looks much older than the dad. And I'm not saying that that's not a bad thing, but neither one of them are crying during their statements. Big shout out to Anna Watkins with a $10 super chat. Says, thank you. Appreciate you. Neither one of them are crying. Both of them are hyperventilating. You be the judge on if it's convincing. And he says that she lives in the area. I mean, I don't know. Let me go ahead and pull this up. I want to see something. Where's X? We'll put this to the side real quick. You guys tell me. You guys tell me. You guys tell me.
And your names are?
Jake and Rebecca. We come to you guys asking you to help us find our son. He was abducted.
Look, listen to how this father talks. Listen to his mannerisms. Look at the mother. Women typically age much better than men. Look how he looks. He looks like he's in his late 20s, early 30s. She looks like she's 40, going on 50. And I'm not saying that to disrespect her. Please take out your whatever ideological beliefs you have. We're thinking like detectives. Sometimes I think we got to train the audience because some of you guys are better detectives than people like myself who actually are detectives. Some of you should have took that test and become a police officer and become a detective because you're good. Some of you come to these cases thinking with the mindset like you're a civilian. No, think like a detective. We use our eyes. We use all of our senses. What does that tell me? When mommy looks so much older than daddy, like a power imbalance, right? Self-esteem things, right? Control, right? That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking somebody who's desperate to start a family, maybe start a family later on in life. And here's this young guy who has a history of violence, who is maybe controlling, who's now using that imbalance. Somebody who has a history of domestic violence, seeking out somebody vulnerable, seeking out somebody with low self-esteem that they could control, that they could dominate. That's what I'm thinking. I'm not saying that that's what's happening in this situation, but that's where my mind is going when I'm looking at this couple. I'm not trying to shame anybody. I'm trying to think outside of the box. That's what you have to do when you're a detective. You're trying to solve something with nothing. That's a case. A case is solving something with nothing. And in order to do that, you have to trust your senses. You have to be willing to think outside of the box. I could be totally wrong. That's okay. That's what a theory is. It's okay for theories to be wrong, but you have to have them in order for you to get the truth. No truth comes without a theory. It's called a scientific method. You can use it in every aspect and facet of your life. That scientific method. Get that hypothesis first. Hypothesis. then a theory, right? And then you do your investigation. You do your experimentation. So I'm looking at a power imbalance. To me, could be wrong. Now, look at their mannerisms. Look at what they're showing us, their body language.
Last night from Big 5, somebody struck my wife while she was trying to change his diaper.
Their 7-month-old is missing. No tears. No adrenaline pumping where the voice is naturally shaking. No anger and rage, which we expect to see from men to a certain extent. And I'm not being chauvinistic and I'm not being, Mr. Macho Man. I'm a man. I understand men. There's going to be a mixture of sadness and anger and helplessness. I wish I was there. I wish I could protect my son. I wish I could protect my wife. That's going to be a part of his emotions. We don't have that. What we get is very feminine. Very, exactly what he's doing, his wife does. There's no difference between their emotions. Listen and watch.
And we just ask if anybody knows anything to please contact Yucaipa Police Department.
Somebody said the baby is 7 months old, so mom isn't that old. How do you know that? People are having babies when they're in their 40s now. I've seen people have babies when they're in their 50s. I mean, I hear you, but give me some meat. Say, hey, strategic, I got her age. She's 32 years old. You just can't say that off of the fact that she had a kid. Let's keep going.
His name's Emmanuel.
Look at that.
He's 7 months. He's 7 months old.
You see that? Aren't they marrying each other? Aren't they showing the exact same emotions, the exact same physical attributes? They're doing the exact same thing. Who else did that? I'm going to pull up who else did that. And the last time I said that that a couple mirrored another couple, I was right. So keep watching this, and I'm going to show you who else did this exact same thing.
No, we have not.
They're not.
They haven't told us nothing.
They said they don't have any major updates.
We are
Yeah,
at,
we
at
have a-
4 o'clock here at Yucaipa.
The
at
community
Big Five.
set up a search party at 4:30. So just ask you guys if you can help us.
Please.
This is what he looks like. He's just a baby. Just give our son back, please.
He was wearing a black onesie with a Nike swoosh on him. If you know anything, please come forward. Please. Please bring us back our son. Safe.
Oh boy. How many times do we have to go through this, ladies and gentlemen? How many times do we have to go through this? All right, we're almost there. It's just an old case, so you got to go back to the archives. We got to go back to the archives. I'm going to show you who else acted just like this. Man, so many YouTubers covered that case that I'm like skimming through it, trying to get the interview. And like every other YouTuber is popping up. Could this be it? No, they're charged with murder. Come on. Is this it? Here we go. No, I think that's the mother. Oh my gosh. Shame on me for not having this like in the archives ready to rock and roll. Wow. Let's see. Maybe we'll try a different shirt. So I'm going with Trezell and Jacqueline West, by the way. They sound just like Trezell and Jacqueline West. What do you guys think in the chat? They sound like Trezell and Jacqueline West, who were convicted of ending their 2 adoptive kids. We'll use this one. Here we go. Watch this.
And so we want them back. So please, if y'all could get back on what you guys are doing, we should.
Look at this. Watch this.
We just want to thank everyone in the community for all the support we've seen. We've felt so helpless, and seeing everybody out here really looking and helping out really means a lot.
So, tell us what happened the night the kids went missing.
Okay.
From our yard.
Okay. It was cold. I was gonna make a fire. There's a lot of wood in this area right here next to our house. I opened up that gate. I'm throwing wood, bringing it inside the house. My wife's inside. She was actually wrapping gifts, so we thought it was a good idea that our youngest two would go outside and play with chalk on the back patio. Do not let them go on the dirt in the backyard.
I'm playing them side by side so you guys could be the judge for yourself. Side by side. Look at this.
Keep them close. They was playing with chalk, and I came in the house. I saw them there. I went in the house. I came back out. I didn't see them now. I immediately went back in, asked my wife, did you see the boys? She said, no, they should be outside playing with chalk. I said, well, I didn't see them, so I came back outside and I started searching my backyard. I searched the whole thing. I realized that I left the gate open and I panicked, came inside the house, searched the house, me and my wife. Once that that didn't pan out.
Yo, big shout out to Lasagna Lemonade with a $2 super chat. Appreciate you. Let me make sure I didn't miss anybody. You guys know what I be doing. Yellowbird with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Yellowbird. That was very kind of you. We really appreciate the support you guys are giving the channel today. You guys are amazing, man. Thank you. We're all trying to get to the bottom of this. You guys see the similarities between these folks, how they're talking? Listen to them talk.
What he looks like.
Listen to this.
They haven't told us nothing.
And
Listen to Dad.
we just ask if anybody knows anything to please contact Yucaipa Police Department.
Right, listen to him. Listen to
I
him.
got in the van. I looked down the street, both directions. It was getting dark, getting cold, and I got in the van. And I hit
Let's listen to Mommy talk.
going to,
I want to listen to Jacqueline.
and
Did you
I,
guys?
I,
Oh no.
and that's it.
Again, we were told the best are out here looking already. Just to stay put. They have more questions.
All right, listen to her. Listen to Mother.
Looks like.
He was wearing a black onesie with a Nike swoosh on him. If you know anything, please come forward. Please. Please bring us back our son. Safe.
I think they're very similar, ladies and gentlemen. Big shout out to My Sharia Moore with a 5-gift membership. It's very kind of you. 5-gift membership. You know what? I'm going to match that kindness, and I'm going to give 5 gift memberships as well. Give me a second. I got to log in through my phone to do it. I can't do it here while I'm managing the show. But big shout out to you. Big shout out, guys. Make sure that you thank Michelle if you received a gift membership from her, and her generosity has sparked me to be just as generous. Let's listen to some more of this, and we're going to go back to the criminal charges against the father. The father looks like a beast, basically. If in fact these criminal charges are him, which we believe it is, but we could be wrong. Alleged, right? Everything's just alleged on the internet. You can't even use the bathroom without saying alleged on the internet. Allegedly, these charges that we've read out are the father's charges. But let's keep going. Listen to the West. Let's keep doing our analysis, our comparison.
There was literally a cop with us the whole time in
And
there.
He had sitting down. We would ask, can we go help? They had to sit
He
down.
said nope.
He said, no, we got the best out there.
So
we
it's
need
not-
you guys here in case we have more questions.
I don't want you guys thinking we
don't.
didn't try. We actually
We
looked
tried.
before we called
We
the
looked,
police.
yes.
And I imagine the mind-boggling part is the search for information. What happened? Where are they?
Yes.
Et cetera, et cetera.
And
And just so we are able to present the information correctly, at what time did you guys notice your kids went missing, and at what time were they reported missing to the police?
it's about, I think it was about 4:30, going on 5. It was getting dark, like I said,
Five-ish.
5-ish.
Five-ish,
That's about it.
five-ish.
That's when everything played out.
And then when did you guys call the police to report them missing?
I don't,
After we searched
yeah.
a little bit around here, it was dark, so we definitely we got worried.
Would you say it was maybe within an hour, a couple hours?
No, it was within minutes of us getting finished with our search.
Okay.
It was within minutes.
Big shout out to whoever sent me the PayPal. I appreciate you. I don't want to read your name out on the show. But L, big shout out to you, L. Thank you so much.
This situation, for them, even speaking about what you guys are feeling is difficult. What do you want them at home to understand about this whole situation?
We're going through it. It's difficult. I mean, everybody's making their own their own conclusions. They don't know anything. We're not sure like everything. We're not sure. We said what we knew, and if anybody has seen them or anything, please call the police department.
Would you be willing to provide pictures, or do you have any?
They I have older pictures. All my newest were on my phone.
Okay.
A lot of people are speaking of this as, after the math, past tense. I want to talk about your kids in present tense. What kind of boys are these? Tell us about the boys.
Very playful, very rambunctious, and they do love to wrestle. They do love to kind of get rough with each
They're
other.
kids.
They're kids. Of course, they would love to go out, but so during the pandemic, we wasn't trying to go, out here. And so we stayed inside.
All right, so this here we go. You know, this outlandish story for the Trezels. Their story was Daddy was out chopping wood with the kids, going in and out of the house with the wood for the furnace or for their fireplace. And these kids were pretty old, man. They weren't like 2-year-olds and 3-year-olds. You know, they were, you know, I think like 6 and 7 or something like that. They definitely were old enough to know better. My son is 6. Even when he was 5, he knew better. He wasn't gonna leave throughout the back door, you know, like Jake and Lily allegedly did in Canada. You know, he knew better. You know, your children know better. Your children, if they're happy, they want to stay with you. They don't want to escape and run away, right? And allegedly, what they said is that he's chopping the wood and a gate was left over, like they're dogs or something. Like, hey, if you don't lock the gate, kid is going to go through the gate into yonder and disappear, right? And just so happens some pedophile is going to be driving by the moment the kids leave the gate, shepherd both of those kids inside of the gate and go to parts unknown. Doesn't happen. It really doesn't happen, ladies and gentlemen. That's why the majority of the time we get these type of tragedies, when they're real, it's with people you know, right? People you know. So anyway, let's keep going. So they said that he left the gate open and he ran in the house very quickly. It's very rudimentary. There's so much to the story, but very rudimentary. He went into the house real quick. When he came out, kids were gone. And they immediately started looking for the kids. They couldn't find the kids. It turns out that it took them a long time to actually call 911. They looked for the kids for hours by themselves before finally they moved forward and they called 911. And then, you know, the public was made aware of the case. All right. I'm trying to, Aki is like bothering me about something and I did it. I did it, Aki. Please let me focus on this live stream, please. Love you, but you gotta let me focus on this live stream. So anyway, so it looks like, so that's their story, right? This like, oh, the kids were out of my sight for 2 seconds. For 2 seconds, the kids out of my sight. And then this story is, you know, I'm changing the kid in a parking lot that has no cameras. Could it be that they've been to this parking lot before and that they did it their own canvas? It's what we call it in law enforcement. When you're looking for cameras, you're doing a canvas for cameras, right? Could it be that they've already canvassed this parking lot? They've already saw that there's no cameras here. Now she's changing the baby. She's not paying attention, and this person just knocks her out with one punch with a tiny little black eye, no fractured orbital or anything like, just knocked her out with this one punch. Did the punch come from the front? Did the punch come from the side? God knows. We don't know. And then the baby's gone. The baby's gone. The car is not gone. They didn't steal the car, so that must have meant that they had their own car, right? What's the odds of that? I don't know. Maybe the odds are in the favor of that happening. I'm not sure, but seems kind of fishy, ladies and gentlemen. I'm trying to be fair. You guys know how I do on my channel. I'm the first to be like, nah, I don't believe it. It's trash. Send him to jail. I'm trying. Baby Emmanuel Haro is missing. I'm trying to be objective. I'm trying my best to give deference to these parents, but it just doesn't sound good. But I'm trying. Anyway, I want to watch and listen to the parents one more time.
And your names are?
Jake and Rebecca. We come to you guys asking you to help us find our son. He was abducted last night from Big 5. Somebody struck my wife while she was trying to change his diaper. And we just ask if anybody knows anything to please contact Yucaipa Police Department.
Don't hesitate, just call.
His name's Emmanuel. He's 7 months. He's 7 months old.
Have you been notified of any information yet by local authorities?
No, we have not.
They're not,
They haven't told us nothing.
they said they don't have any major updates.
Do you guys plan on doing a local search of your own?
We are
Yeah,
at,
we
at
have
4 o'clock here at Yucaipa.
Now, internet rumor, okay? internet rumor. I did hear last night before I went to bed, like around 3 in the morning, trolling the internet looking for as much information as possible on this, but there's not a lot of information because this is not a national story yet. But I did hear that the police allegedly, may not have happened, may just be hearsay, or may just be made up, that the police had taken them into the station to question them more, not arrested. That's why I didn't lead with that in this show. That's why it's an hour into the show and I'm finally saying this. Not arrested, but that they did ask them to come to the station, and they went to the station and they were questioned more in depth on the missing child. That's what I'm hearing. All right. Somebody said, yes, that happened. I need a source because I got it from, rumor channels and all of that. If you guys got a source of that stuff, you got like an actual news article or something like that, please send it to me. Strategiceyes with a Z at gmail.com. And Annie Watkins says she was there. Well, Annie, why don't you just come on the show and talk to us? How about that? In fact, let's do a call-in show on this one. I'm loving that. Let's do a call-in show. Let me go ahead and log in, and we're definitely going to do a call-in show. And you guys tell me what you guys think about this as we continue to go through this case.
The community set up a search party at 4:30. So just ask you guys if you can help us.
Please.
This is what he looks like. He's just a baby. Just give our son back, please.
Damn, that was not that didn't seem too natural to me,
There's
ladies and gentlemen.
Squish on him.
He's just a baby.
You know anything, please come forward, please.
Like what?
Please bring us back our son.
He's just a baby. I don't know. Remember, what we know about this guy is a very dangerous and violent person. At least he's exhibited that behavior in his past. To have this guy, he's just a baby. I don't know. I'm not buying it. Call-in show. Hopefully Annie is not not shy. But anybody could call in. I'm looking forward to hear from anybody, but I'd love some insight into this case. I'd love to hear your opinions on this case, guys. We are doing a call-in show. Let me do a better one than that. Call-in show. And here's the number. And let's pin this. All right. Let's take a poll, too, while we're at it. I want to know what you guys think about this. Start a poll. Did the parents have something to do with missing baby Haro? Yes or no? Start that poll. Unbelievable. All right, we got a call-in show, guys. We want to hear from you guys. Please do consider calling to True Crime with Strategic. We want to hear from you. I want to hear what you guys think about this case. I want to know your feelings about this case. This is insane. It really is. So, uh-oh. What happened? Hold on here. Get out of there. Okay. It says this browser might prevent calls from ringing. Change allow sound. All right, let's see if we could do that. So I want to make sure that we're go to at the top right, click settings. On the left, click calls under my device. Okay. Let's see here. Oh boy. Here we go. Hey, welcome to True Crime and Strategic. We on that ass news segment. What's your name? Where you calling from? Uh-oh. Oh, I think we screwed this up. Give me a second. Click allow to use your mic here. Allow access. I'm pressing allow. It won't let me. Oh, allow. Here we go. Hey, what's going on, caller? You still here? Ah. Let's go ahead. Give me a second, guys. Let me fix this up. All We had this going the other day. We were going good. Outgoing, Houston, incoming calls, web. Perfect. All right. And now let's go here to settings. You know what? This is why I screwed up. I apologize for that. I'm using the wrong browser. I apologize for that. Let's get the right browser up, and then I want that person to call back in. I want to hear from you. So give me a second. Let's get Chrome up. Last time I used Chrome browser. Now I can't find Chrome. Oh, sorry. Wrong page. You guys are like all up in my business. All right, so Chrome. Perfect. Let's do that. And thanks for rocking out with me, guys. Perfect. All right, we're good to go. Call on in, guys. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear from you. Give me a call. All right, that's awesome. So, guys, call on in. It's a call-in show. Thank you for whoever donated. I didn't see it because I was focused on getting this going, but somebody donated to the coffee, so I really appreciate you guys for supporting the moderators. Once again, the coffee does not support me in any way. This is only for the moderators because they're doing such an amazing job keeping this channel safe and clean. So please do consider donating coffee. The link is on the screen of your stream, and we do appreciate that. And yeah, they deserve the love and the little bonus, some coffee. You know, you're not making anybody rich. You're just giving them some coffee. Anonymous call is on. So come on, guys, call in. We want to hear from you. Call in a True Crime Strategic. All right. In the meantime, let's go over here to Lipstick Alley and see what they have to say. This is Lipstick Alley. This is all rumors here, okay? So let's see what they got going on here. So Haro had been watching her son and stepson at football practice when one of them needed a mouth guard, prompting her to leave the local stadium around 7 p.m. to pick one up and change Emmanuel's diaper. The mom says that the last thing she remembers is someone greeting her in Spanish before she was knocked out in a parking lot. This handsome little baby boy. They said he's cross-eyed, but I don't. For all the parents of little kids, their eyes go all over the place, and then they get a little older, and it all straightens out. So I don't even know if that's accurate, but maybe it is. Maybe they went to a doctor, and the doctor diagnosed them with being cross-eyed. Who cares? It doesn't matter. He's still a precious little baby. But my kid's eyes was like, oh, and I'm like, what is going on here? And it's just babies just all over the place, man. Their bodies just go all over the place. My son had super long arms and big paws like he was a boxer, and now everything evened out. Babies are they're just different. Let's keep going. All right, what's going on, caller? Welcome to True Crime Strategic. What's happening? What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, this is Annie. I'm calling from Yucaipa.
All right, thank you, Annie, for calling in. You said that you're in that area, and you sounded like you had some information. You want to share with us what you know?
The only thing I allegedly know is that they took the parents in for questioning last night. There is one. It's a very small town, and there's nothing like this that goes on here. And so everybody is interested in the town. The boulevard, Yucaipa Boulevard, is just one long road, and that's where everything is. Big Five. That parking lot used to have a Big Lots in it, and it's empty now, of course. The Big Five is set off down by itself in an area where I heard, but I didn't look for them when I went there. I went there last night. I heard that there is no cameras outside, but there is inside.
Right. That makes sense.
My son, who is a EMT in this county, a call right as it happened from a buddy of his that happened to be in Big Five.
Okay.
He did not see anything happen. He did see the lady run in.
Okay.
I don't know what else to say except for that. Last there was going to be a search party at 4 or 4:30, and the police happened to find a video somewhere going down the boulevard, not from that location. I don't know what the video shows or anything, but then they came and the parents were not able to go on the search party because the police took them in for questioning. That's the last that I have heard.
Now, that could be a number of things, right? Because it could be that maybe they found a suspect and they wanted to see if the mother could identify the suspect. It could be that maybe they saw something that's contrary to what the parents are saying. My issue is that in these type of cases, it's imperative for us to get out as law enforcement some type of wanted flyer, some type of video surveillance to the public, because the age of this child puts them in imminent danger every minute that they're not with a caregiver. So
absolutely, there was a flyer made.
Well, what was on the flyer?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's okay.
All it says is, it's kind of wonky. It says missing kid.
Yeah, but that's not what we want. That's like a flyer for the child is not what we're talking. We're talking about a flyer for a suspect. And even if all you have is a shadow kind of running, because I've released flyers like that, that's all I had in the video. Maybe it was nighttime, it's night vision, and all you can make out is maybe a little clothing. You still release that, because if you're a mother or father or boyfriend or girlfriend or best friend or even a neighbor of the suspect, and you've seen them in that clothing before, nobody else may not be able to recognize that person, but you'll say, oh no, that person that lives next door or my son, they wear that outfit. Let me call in. I think my son may have had involvement, or my neighbor may have had involvement. So you release something. They've released nothing but a generic missing kid wanted flyer. Yeah, that's great. That's important. But we need a suspect wanted flyer. But let me ask you a question.
In the beginning, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead, please.
Go ahead.
I'll ask you a question after.
In the beginning, she did say, not on the news, but her sister has been her sister-in-law, the brother's sister,
right,
has put out that they love their children, nothing happened, but also said that she told her the first time that it was a heavy-set man in a white 4Runner. But now all of a sudden that's not in the picture.
Right, so that's big.
So she changed her story.
Now, where did she say it? Because I think that Sylvia Haro? Because I think I was doing my research and I was a sister. Did she say that like on her Facebook or something like that?
She said that on her Facebook. The police have asked her to not give any more out.
That is a very contradictory story to start off saying, allegedly, if she said this to the sister, that she gives a full description of the suspect and then says, well, I don't remember anything. I just remember seeing white. That's huge. That's huge.
Also, he has been arrested before for child abuse.
Right, and we've covered that today.
Yeah.
For child endangerment and for actually cruelty to children. Also for guns and drugs and for probation violation. Now, let me ask you a question. What's the demographics out there? Like, what are the races and the ethnicities that live in that area?
Here in Yucaipa it's mostly white.
Mostly white.
But Cabazon, which is where the family is from, and out toward that direction is, you're going out, when you're going to Cabazon, you're going out toward the Palm Springs area.
Okay.
That is a big Hispanic demographics.
Okay. Now let me ask you a question. Does both communities converge in this shopping area? Because sometimes that happens where you'll have communities that are predominantly certain ethnicities, but they share shopping districts. Is that the situation here, or it's not?
No, it is not. It is not. She was here, allegedly, at 7th Street Park, which she says that there was a football game going on
Okay.
with her son. She needed a mouth guard.
Mm-hmm.
The game, which is really weird, was from 6 to 8.
Mm-hmm.
This call came in at 10 to 8. Why was she going to get a mouth guard at that
time,
late in the game?
when the game is almost over? And why wouldn't they?
And also a mouth guard needs to be molded to their mouth.
That's true. You have to put it in hot water. Absolutely.
It's going to be. There was no need for her to get a mouth guard at 10 till 8 when the game was supposed to be over at 8.
Now, where's this stadium at? 7th Street, you said?
It's not really a stadium. It's just a park. It's 7th Street Park.
I'm going to put that up on Google Earth. 7th Street Park. And how do you say this town?
Yucaipa.
Yucaipa. Okay.
Yucaipa, California. Yes. Also, I've seen a few people post in different, because of course the whole community's up in, they're all up in it because it doesn't happen here. We're just a small town.
Mm-hmm.
But someone had posted, and this is quoted. I'm reading it from her post.
Okay.
He says, I used to work with Jake at Walmart. He should be the prime suspect in all this.
Wow.
I'm not going to go into detail, but his previous relationship didn't end so well. He's crazy, and he beat one of his kids so bad it caused severe brain damage.
Oh, my
The child
God.
was not the same. Let's just be real here. Jake should be the number one suspect. Now, that's not me saying it. It's somebody else that in the community that has written that.
Is it possible you could send
I don't
me
believe the
the
parents
links to
at
these?
all.
Send me the links to this community because, of course, you're in it, so you're a part of this community. I really would appreciate if you send that to my email. Now, I'm showing this park. Are you watching the show right now?
No, I'm not. It took me out. Let me see.
I just wanted you to see
Hold on one
and
second.
verify if that's the park.
I lost the link to. Oh wait, let's see. Here it is. No, that's not it.
That's not it. 7th Street Park.
It's not allowing me to show. No, it's not allowing me to see your.
All right.
Your show. I don't even know how I found your show. I just put in this morning. Let's see.
Well, we hope that you hit that subscribe button. We do appreciate if you stick around for a little bit.
I did.
So, did
if
you
go to Yucaipa Bulletin Official.
On what?
That is our on Facebook. That is our main. But you have to be subscribed to it. But that is our main where we get a lot of our news. Yucaipa Bulletin Official.
Okay, let me go to Facebook real quick. They're gonna be like, "You're not allowed. You're an outsider."
How can I invite? I can invite you, I think.
Okay, so send me an invitation.
But how do I do that?
So just that would. Well, I don't know how you do the invitation, but I know you can send it to my email. That's strategiceyes with a Z at gmail.com. Yucaipa Bulletin Official, you said?
Official. Yeah, official.
Mm-hmm.
That's the name of our community page.
Right. We're trying to bring, I see it here, 31,000 members.
Yes, that's it.
All right.
It says I can invite, but I'm not seeing how to do it. Invite members. Anyway, that's really all the information I have. I'm actually going to get ready to go down there to see if there's anything going on. We went there last night, my husband and I, at it was probably 9:30, and there was only 2 news vans in the area.
Right.
Everybody had left. So
is there a lot of
I don't know if
coverage
there's anything
happening?
going on.
Like, is this a local? Do you see any national news organizations or anything like that?
Oh yeah, it's been all over the news. Channel 7, all the channels, all the news channels.
That's good. We do appreciate you going down there. Just stay safe. Make sure you stay safe. We do watch on the channel. Sometimes people go into some situations that could cause them danger. I don't think you're in any danger going down to a shopping center, but please do stay
No.
safe. If you find anything out, you want to come on the show and share it with us, just shoot us an email. Let us know when we go live, because we will continue covering this. We'd love to hear from you. We do appreciate all the tips and the leads you've given us so far. But yeah, this is not kind of making sense. You've given us some really probative information about the demographics of the area. They're not from that community. They're from a predominantly Latino community. They're now, by happenstance, going to this Big Five to get a mouth guard. It's not like this was a planned shopping trip. It's not like they spent a lot of time in this community and that's their favorite place to shop. By sheer necessity, allegedly, if that's what really happened, she went to the closest sporting goods store to go pick up a mouth guard, and then just by luck or sheer unluck, a heavy-set, allegedly Hispanic male says hola, knocks her out, and steals her child into a white Jeep, a white SUV.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't think it happened.
Kind of sounds kind of fishy. But anyway, keep us updated, man, and stay in contact. And welcome to the show. And thank you so much for all that you're doing, bringing awareness, because you're doing your part as well, bringing awareness to this child and giving him a voice, because right now he has no voice. We do appreciate you. Thank you for calling, ma'am.
Thank you for covering this.
All right,
Thank
you
you.
got it. Have a good one.
Bye.
All right, man. That was a really good call. And we got some good information out of this. And so what I want to do is, before we get out of here, I just want to see how far this location is from the Big Five store. It's not going to let me paste. Copy. Oh, I guess you can't do that. So 7th Street Park to, let's see if this works. Big Five store. We don't have a Big Five store in New York. It's not far at all. It's not far at all. This is not far at all, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking about less than 2 miles away. You could walk this. Less than 2 miles away, ladies and gentlemen. Less than 2 miles away. All right. I'm going to go ahead and just put a pin here, because we will be coming back to this story. It's the Big Five. Oh, boy. All right, let's drop another pin over here on the park. And I guess that this is where they would be playing. This is the park, but this is probably where they'd be playing the football game over here. And it's not a stadium, apparently. It's just a big park. So it wasn't like it was like an organized kind of like school game or something like that. Maybe it's a league or something like that, or maybe summer practice for a school team. I'm not sure. But this is the football stadium. It's perfect. All right, let's go back to the chat. I couldn't see you guys. Anybody else want to call in? We'd love to hear from you before we get out of here. Don't be shy. Call in. Show love to the channel. We want to hear from you. We have 303 people watching right now. So grateful for the support. Please hit that like button, support the channel so we can get up there in that algorithm and we can give a voice to the voiceless. In fact, with 303 people watching, what I want to do is I'm going to give 5 free gift memberships to our Patreon. So let me set that up real quick before I get out of here. 5 free gift memberships to the Patreon, because you guys are so amazing and kind. And for Annie, if you're still watching, Annie, email me. I will give you specifically a 1-month free membership to the Patreon for calling in and sharing with us such probative information. So Annie, make sure that you email me so I can get you that 1-month free membership to the Patreon. For the rest of you, we're going to get a 5 free gift membership to 5 lucky people. And this is Justice. We're going to title this free gift membership Justice for Baby Haro. All right. 1 month. 5 can claim it. There we go. Enjoy. Let's create that. Perfect. All right, we're about to drop this in the chat right now. Remember, 5 free gift memberships. Whoever hits the link first, it's going to look like a regular Patreon link, but that is the link for 5 free gift memberships. Make sure you click the link, you follow through, and then you get it. If it's the first 5 people to click that link and register, etc. First 5 people, let's keep going. I just dropped it. Good luck. All right. So that's where we're at with that. Let's pull this over here. Let's go back to the Lipstick Alley. You're hearing it from Strategic. The Haros are sounding very similar to the Wests. These are the Wests here. Orson and Orrin West's parents. Trezell and what's her name? Jacqueline. Trezell and Jacqueline West. The Haros are sounding like the Wests. And if you don't know, go in the archives, check out the Wests and what they did, or just look up the Wests and you'll see what they did. They're sounding like the Wests, ladies and gentlemen. She said, I checked around my truck. She said, I was going to get the diaper, and somebody said, hola. The mother said, I don't remember anything since I woke up here on the floor, and I didn't see Emmanuel. So she's saying she was knocked unconscious, ladies and gentlemen. With a fresh black eye, the mother was overcome by a wave of crippling fear as she realized Emmanuel was missing. Let's keep going. These are pictures of the mother and the son and another one of their kids. They have 5 children, ladies and gentlemen, 5 children. Before we go, I want to do a quick check on YouTube to see if there are any updates that we have missed on YouTube. Quick check on YouTube, then we're going to call it a day, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see, Emmanuel Haro. The court documents are going to be on the Patreon, so make sure you check that out for the court documents. Court documents on the Patreon. Court documents on the Patreon. All right. Nothing new so far on YouTube. All right. And I actually promised you guys, let's see here, we go over this court document here. This one is, so this is for the resisting arrest and the traffic stop. And this one is for the narcotics and the possession of the firearm. Unfortunately, California is not putting narratives in these court documents. So we don't know the narratives and the specifics of the case, but we do know the charges and we do know that they were adjudicated. Okay, big shout out to Aki, our numero uno chief moderator and editor of the show. And Aki gave 5 free gift memberships. So that's 15 free gift memberships that were received during this live stream. Big shout out to everybody who supported the channel, including myself, Aki, and others who gave free gift memberships. Kylie says, I got a free membership, but it's not showing up. I'm not sure. Maybe it's going to take a little bit of time for it to show. Just give it a little time. But we don't do tech support because we don't have access to that stuff, unfortunately. If you got a gift membership from Google, you're going to have to contact Google to figure it out. If you got a gift membership from Patreon, you're going to have to contact Patreon to figure that out because we don't have access to do tech support on these various platforms. All right, so we covered a great deal of things, guys. We're at an hour and a half. I think we kind of beat this one. We pounded the pavement on this one. I do appreciate everybody who have joined the channel. Appreciate everybody who's rocked out with us. I got to eat breakfast. I haven't even eaten breakfast. I got to spend time with my son. I will see you guys on the next one. Please make sure that you hit that like button on your way out so we can get into the algorithm. We're going to stay on this. If more information comes out today, we will come back live and discuss that additional information. People from the area are saying that the parents have been questioned additionally to these allegations. People from the area are saying that the mother initially stated that it was a heavy-set male in a white truck who kidnapped the child, and later on she said she doesn't remember. She just remembered hearing the words "hola" in Spanish and then being knocked unconscious and the baby being stolen. The demographics of the area from some residents is that this is a predominantly Caucasian area. The people who shop in the area, predominantly Caucasian. The parents of baby Haro do not live in the area. And then allegedly the abductor is of Latino descent. We're just giving you the facts as we see them, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing else, just the facts as we see them. We'll see you guys on the next one. Strategic is out of here with another edition of We Are On That As News. Peace.